Good evening. Monday, December 1st, 2025, regular meeting of the Windsor Heights City Council. Roll call.
Susan Skiris.
Here.
Joseph Jones.
Here.
Michael Libby.
Here.
Lauren Campbell.
Here.
Teresa Harms.
Here.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
To the flag
of the United States of America
and to the republic which it stands,
one nation, under God,
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Approval of the agenda.
So moved.
Roll call.
Susan Skiris.
Yes.
Joseph Jones.
Yes.
Michael Libby.
Yes.
Lauren Campbell.
Yes.
Teresa Harms.
Yes.
All right, oaths of office. We will go in alphabetical order.
Ooh.
Which means, Fletcher, if you join me, please. Front.
Oh, look, he can clean up.
Easy.
That's right.
All right. Well, fine.
We're still.
All right. Do the hand raising as well. I, Fletcher Berry, do solemnly swear
I, Fletcher Berry, do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Iowa,
and the Constitution of the State of Iowa,
and that I will faithfully and impartially,
that I will faithfully and impartially, to
to the best of my ability,
the best of my ability,
the longer one, discharge all of the duties of the office of City Council Member for the City of Windsor Heights.
That.
Discharge all of the duties of the office
discharge all the duties of the office,
of City Council Member for the City of Windsor Heights,
City Council Member of the City of Windsor Heights,
Iowa,
Iowa,
as thou or hereafter required by law.
as thou are hereafter required by law.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Your life away.
Four.
Worse than your mortgage.
That's 30.
This'll feel like it.
Signature. I'll do a better one.
Right. Congratulations. Welcome to the table. Congratulations, Fletcher.
All right. Wanna do a fixed term?
Spiritually. I think I'm here. Thank you.
Congratulations. I can give me in it or you can.
None in there.
Family member?
You two first.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll do this one. Please zoom in on the signature is the best part.
All a matter of perspective.
No.
Sister, is that what she said? That's his girlfriend, her fiance. Yeah, that's her husband. Yeah, me.
It's a short agenda, so you. Okay.
Ready, talk about it.
All right.
I, Lauren Campbell.
I, Lauren Campbell, do solemnly swear
I, Lauren Campbell, do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Iowa,
and the Constitution of the State of Iowa,
and that I will faithfully and impartially,
and that I will faithfully and impartially,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
discharge all of the duties of the office
discharge all of the duties of the office
of City Council Member for the City of Windsor Heights, Iowa,
of City Council Member for the City of Windsor Heights, Iowa,
as now or hereafter required by law.
as now or hereafter required by law.
Congratulations.
Say I do, I mean.
Sorry.
I agree with all that. Joseph. All the signs those.
It's the rest of your life.
Mom, dad, run my thing. Take your cool.
Tackle her.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, gotta show he's the sheriff in town.
Ross, did you notice somebody wearing a sheriff badge in your diet? Your company?
New law in town.
The new sheriff.
He's gonna take over Pete's joke.
Oh, so it gave me goosebumps. The best for last. Yeah.
Who knew that Jane would be the end?
All right. I, Joseph Jones, do solemnly swear
I, Joseph Jones, do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Iowa,
and the Constitution of the State of Iowa,
and that I will faithfully and impartially,
and that I will faithfully and impartially,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
discharge all of the duties of the office
discharge all of the duties of the office
of City Council Member for the City of Windsor Heights, Iowa,
of City Council Member for the City of Windsor Heights, Iowa,
as now or hereafter required by law.
as now or hereafter required by law.
Congratulations, Joe.
That's all pictures. That's
Andrew, do you want to get up there for a picture?
The most popular sheriff in town.
Good trouble.
I did, forgive me. My name's on the agenda. I will not be sworn in tonight. I will be sworn in at 4 o'clock on Friday by Mayor Andewig. So if you'd like to come, you can come for that. Sure.
On Friday at 4, buddy.
All right, public forum. This is the time set aside for comments from the public on topics of city business other than those listed on the agenda. No action may be taken. Please come to the podium, state your name and address for the record, and keep your comments to no more than 5 minutes.
Bob Bishop, 1128 64th Street. I want to thank Mr. Libby for serving the citizens of Windsor Heights. I very much appreciate that. I hope everybody recognizes that. And I look forward to maybe luck of the draw, catch you for coffee at Celebrations. I want to welcome Mr. Barry. Whatever these guys tell you about me, it's probably true. As you know, probably figured out by now, I'm a big data guy, and I'm a firm believer in database decisions. And, we're going from a La Nina year to an El Nino year. That references the currents in the Pacific Ocean, usually 2 to 7 years. And so now we're going to get a little more moisture, 10 inches. We got 10 of our average 36 inches for the year so far. So there's a good chance we're going to have a white Christmas. And after the white Christmas comes budget, capital improvement plans. Here before you know it, right? So relative to the capital improvement plans, database, PCI, the comprehensive plan, committee recommendations, et cetera. Speaking of that, before I forget, that comprehensive, Matt, I don't think our website's quite updated to the most recent. And maybe you could take a look at that and see if that will reflect the current comprehensive, or not the comprehensive plan, capital improvement plan, the CIP. I think it's 24. Anyway, and I wanted to talk about that in just in the aspect of our comprehensive plan now has gotten a little dated. And I remember, I think the first one was back in the 1990s. And when that passed, it filled this room 3 times what was in here because of the expense. I think back then it was like 260,000. So today you're looking probably north of $1 million. And I don't know if that falls into the CIP or if that falls in the budget for next year. So at least I would hope that there'd be some discussion on that, whether it ends up in either one. That's up to you guys, of course. Relative to the budget of Windsor Heights, this last year we've seen some changes. We've got the brand new park down there, all the amenities is beautiful down there. City also acquired an acre of parkland right to the north of me that resulted from the Windsor development up there. I call it the dog park because everybody lets their dogs run. They love it. The new neighbors, zip, zip, zip. They can turn them off the leash and it's getting good use. Hasn't been mowed because the seeds are established. It's fairly well established and stabilized now. But maybe you could give some thought to sending that to committee and come up with a name for the park. I don't know. The area itself is 16% of Colby Park and about 40% of the mobile area in Colby Park. There's 40 trees that they planted there, 40 shrubs, over 150 feet of linear landscape of mulching and all of that, which kind of put it in perspective. That's about what we've got on the university redevelopment up there. Needs to be taken care of. So as the city continues to add to the land, property, and amenities, there's a cost. There's always a cost when you do that. And it's more than just the cost of the acquisition. The cost of the parkland is, so the question becomes, what's the cost to maintain that land? I don't know if it's the $12,000 cost that we spent on university last year. Don't really know. I can tell you, I've spent a couple hundred man hours and a few grand just on 10 feet on my property line there, where that was established, trying to help you guys out and make this. So there's no data on it. We don't know, but there is a cost associated with that. The only thing I have to ask of the council tonight is that the city maintain that land, just like the rest of the residents do per our city code. I have one more data point for you guys. Has to do with Adam. And I've had about 8-10 hours of experience with Adam over the last year. And it's been a pleasure to work with you, sir. You've been very good in communicating, listening to some of us with empathy. And you're looking for solutions, positive solutions with the best outcome. So I thank you for your service. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bishop. Any other public comment?
Good evening. My name is Laurel Newmeyer, 1816 76th Street. Mayor, members of City Council, administration, and city staff, I thank you for hearing me this evening. To address our recent snowfall, Saturday's snowstorm wasn't unusual for our area, but the delay in plowing was. Some streets were touched very early on, before much snow had fallen, but they were left untouched afterward, so by Saturday afternoon and evening, it had little to no effect. Many streets weren't cleared until Sunday morning, which is far below the standard residents in a small city like ours expect. Pretending there's no issue doesn't solve anything. It only erodes trust. Our community deserves clarity, so I'm asking, what changed operationally this year? Were there equipment or priority differences? And most importantly, our first responders and residents rely on clear, passable streets for safety and a timely response. This isn't about blame. It's about making sure our community gets the level of service it depends on. Thanks.
Thank you. Any other public comment?
Will we have Andy getting back to Laurel with answers to her questions or,
Yes, we'll see.
pardon me?
Yes,
Oh,
we will see.
so is that a yes? They'll answer, is Andy or somebody will answer, or yes, we'll see about answering? I just want to clarify because I just,
Are you asking or?
well, when you say yes, we'll see, that to me means like, I tell my daughter, yes, I'll see, we might go to wherever, and I'm really not going to. I'm just saying, I'll see. Like, that's how it is in my house. So I just want to make sure that somebody responds and answers the questions.
I will make sure your questions are addressed.
Thank you.
Is there anybody online who has any questions?
No one's put in the chat.
Consent agenda,
Move to approve.
Second.
roll call.
Susan Skiris,
Yes.
Joseph Jones,
Yes.
Michael Libby.
Yes.
Lauren Campbell.
Yes.
Teresa Harms.
Yes.
Action items, 6A, consideration of 74th Street improvement incentive. Justin.
Justin Ernst Bolden make. Put together a little staff report for you all. For the consideration of putting an incentive on the phases for 74th Street reconstruction. What I put together here was my opinion of what we should pay out if you guys foresee to see that. 50,000 for phase 1 for early completion and 50,000 for phase 2. These incentives will be put onto working days established through the contract that I will put together and put in there. After doing some checking, not too many communities have done this for residential. A lot more for business and commercial areas. I know the one we did for City of Des Moines is listed here with what they're doing for that project and the total approximate construction cost of that. As I also put in there too, they did not meet those incentives for that project, so they weren't awarded that $500,000 for that. So if there's my proposed was 50,000 for each, if we can have discussions on others or none at all. This was kind of what I put together. So if Adam has any more, if he's done any more research, but
I would just add it, I think it's an interesting idea. I think it may be worth trying. We're in a position today where we still have 2 road projects that are not completed for the season. There is snow on the ground, so there is a cost to the staff and the residents for not having those done in a timely fashion. I don't know that this would solve all the problems, but we're always looking for ways to try to make the situation better, and this is one option for your consideration.
I do know one other community is thinking about doing it. They haven't done it yet as well. Not fully residential. It's kind of more of an arterial with residential components similar to 73rd Street project as well. So they just haven't either pulled the trigger yet or completed they have their own problems with the project on other scales of it. So this would be one of the first, I guess. As Adam said, it might not solve it. Obviously, as a Second Avenue, they didn't get it and they're still working on that one, but at least it's some sort of an incentive potentially for them to either work Saturdays and weekends or extra long hours, I guess, to cover their costs for labor and whatnot.
So I did have some conversations with some colleagues and some folks over the course of the last couple of weeks just to see if other people are using it. I talked to some folks that are out of state that just to kind of vet the concept. And so I was kind of surprised that it's used probably more commonly, then they're like, oh yeah, we've been doing that for a
Oh,
long
really?
time. So it was of Minnesota. So what, take
Sure.
that for what?
And I know the DOT does it.
So,
It's just on
yeah.
a different
Yeah,
scale,
different,
right?
yeah, yeah. So I'm open to giving it a try, but it was interesting. I just was curious whether or not, and people are using it in private as well as public spaces. So it's not just
Oh, sure.
it's not just being used in public, it should be used in private,
Mhm.
commercial as well. So
And just something to add, like pouring concrete, it's getting more costly because on Sundays they have to pay extra. Like and they have to open the plants and so getting the contractors to willing to do that, maybe this covers the cost. I don't know, but like I said, it's my opinion, it's worth a shot, I guess. So if we tried a lot of other things and potentially to work, but
willing to give it a try. If it works, great. If it doesn't, then we learned our lesson, right?
I know that obviously with that additional cost and we're, clearly trying to be mindful of budget stuff, but I think that we've got enough construction fatigue in the city that this would be a good project to test it on and see if it gets us to a point where we're not fighting snow and trying to finish a road.
My only question is if we go this route, are we ever able to not go this route? Like, are we going to
I
be
see.
doing this
Yes, no.
for every project now just because
yeah,
that's just where we are?
valid point.
Very good point.
Not
Yeah.
saying we shouldn't do it, I'm just saying like there's
Right.
probably no turning back because people will expect us to do this, maybe? I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah, I think potentially pick
Depends if we're a
which.
trend starter.
Right, yeah, exactly. I know, like, yeah, it's a
Maybe
great
it might
point.
just depend on the project, so, but who knows?
Right.
How many working days are left on 73rd Street?
Oh, it's a great question. I don't know if I know on the top of my head. Do you remember?
Probably
It's on
zero.
the top,
Probably
yeah,
zero.
on 73rd.
Yeah, it's gotta be close to zero at this point.
Yeah, I'm guessing there's just a total guess, like 20 maybe ish, somewhere around there. That could be wrong.
The concrete was poured, right?
Yeah, but there's still a whole nother,
Yeah,
Yeah.
There's still some driveways to finish in stage 3
Mhm.
restoration, and then next spring, stage 2.
yep.
what about 68th?
That is also at negative
That was
2 now, I believe.
what the 21st was the completion date on that. So, yeah, you're 10 plus days now,
What is the per day damages?
500.
We actually see that ever.
Aaron.
It's challenging to recover. I mean,
That's
the leverage that we have is retainage, right? So, but there's so many factors that go into that as well, because if we've got subs that haven't been paid, they're gonna have first priority over to a lot of the retainage as well. And there's some requirement of challenge that we have to substantiate the actual costs that the city's incurred as a result of the delay. So it's kind of contrary to what liquidated damages are supposed to be, which is not able to quantify what the true damages are, but yeah, it is challenging.
What would the retainage be on this?
Retainage, it's 3% of, I think it was, what did I put the total cost here of the project? Can't remember if I did or not.
17 million with the,
I think it's, say 1.5 million. So it's usually around that 200, couple 100,000. And that just got lowered this year too, from 5% to 3%. So add that into the mix as well. So
even better.
Who sets that?
the state,
Oh, boo.
You know anybody up there who can change that for us?
that just recently got changed this year.
It's
So,
just
yeah.
this year.
Yep.
Okay.
So if they don't meet it, that's sort of a number we can look at potentially getting, or we pay and they're supposed to meet this and it actually gets done on time.
Correct. So if they don't meet those phases, they get nothing out of that. And then you could potentially get the liquidated damages after that, because that'll be set essentially. They don't get this. Technically, say one phase goes faster, right? And they get the 50 and they gain 10 days or something. And then the second phase takes a little longer. They could still not get the phase 2 completion, but still be in, maybe, no, I'm thinking of that wrong. So they could not get phase one, but still get phase two, right? Because if something goes wrong and still not be in liquidated damages type of thing, so. Always got that chance.
So kind of to Joseph's point too, do you know how many cities have done these early completions, the incentives? And then for some projects and not for other projects, or have?
Des Moines doesn't do them for all of them. This was on Second Avenue, so you got businesses and all that sort of stuff. So they were willing to give it a try in this one. Whether they do it again, I'm not aware if they did it. I've done it on others. So whether they go forward, I don't know. It's a little different because they didn't reach it, right? So say if somebody did reach it, then it might be a little different situation. But then he might go forward with it because it worked, right? So
my perspective on residential incentives would be the size of the project matters quite a bit. If we're trying to accomplish a project the size of 68th Street in one construction season and it's tight, that would be a scenario we want to really push them for Saturdays and early completion. If you have a smaller segment that's getting done significantly smaller than 68th, you've got an extra month or two before bad weather would really hit. There's still an impact to residents, but at least they're not wading through the snow as they're trying to get back and forth between their cars. So 74th is a little shorter than 68th, but it's still a pretty substantial project and it's still in 3 phases, just as we are with 68th.
I would say also with like the Wilshire, I don't think that's necessary, or the Colby Park. Like you're not making people walk or affecting them as much as those others, right? So I think it's a case by case basis. And like Adam said, if one's smaller or something. So, but if it works, I guess, who knows? Go forward. So.
Hold on. If you'd like to speak, come up to the podium. You're more than welcome to talk. You just got to come up here.
I guess a little bit, I'm familiar with these.
You got to
kinds of
introduce yourself.
projects And incentives again?
Yes.
Okay, Laurel Newmeyer, 1816 76th Street. The little bit that I'm familiar with some of these project incentives, I've known them to be, say, $1,000 per day that you complete ahead of schedule. So you have a expected timeline, and then how would that potentially compare to a total sum amount of $50,000? Is there an advantage to a daily incentive?
I think one challenge is that we just want them to finish on time, let alone early. The early incentive totally makes sense that you can say per day, but we just want them to finish it on time, which I feel like that makes it harder, right?
Yeah, whether you do it by day, it's just more record keeping, I would say. And $1,000 if they finish one day, they're still finishing ahead, I guess, then you have to give them $1,000. So I don't see the benefit or cons of either. I think when you're getting into days, you're going to squabble a lot more with, was it a working day? Did it rain? Or whether I think they should have been working and they shouldn't. I think we're going to be becoming a lot more arguments when it comes to that. Whereas if you just said a completion date, it's 50,000 done. Like if you got it, then we're still going to squabble probably with days, but we're not cutting down to half a days or a days just to get an extra few $1,000s. So there could be there's probably some unintended consequences with all of this, but I think whether right or wrong, I think I've seen it more with a completion date instead of days in this line of work. So.
No, I'm saying it's
Okay.
early per day, not.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So if you complete 2 days ahead of say you get $2,000, it's just, you're squabbling over days at this point, and it could be coming down to that. So.
All right. Well, I don't remember when the last time a project finished on time in this city.
Might be low risk.
Very.
That's your legal advice?
We're batting 1,000, aren't we?
No, so I really like to, if it comes to spending a little more to, frankly, make citizens' lives easier. Why not consider it?
And I don't think you're the only city that has issues with contractors completing things on time, so it seems like it's a common theme lately.
And if they don't do it, we don't pay, right?
Yep.
Yes?
Yes, so, yeah, ready to do it.
Okay. You just need a yes?
I don't know what Adam had it on
We
there.
do have it as under consideration, so if you'd like to take it to a formal vote, we will draft the construction bid documents that way for your consideration.
Well, yeah, I mean, technically you have to approve the plans and specs at that
Yeah.
point. Is that sufficient enough if you say,
If the heads are nodding, that
yeah,
we'll draft it that
I'll put it
way,
in
but-
there, and if comes that time, I can take it out. I think it's probably the easiest way.
Sounds good.
So,
Fine.
Thank you.
thank you.
Dustin.
All right, 6B, consideration of resolution number 2025-82, approving the creation of an equipment operator position in Public Works. Andy?
I didn't even see him here.
Had a reserve spot too.
Royalty in the back row back there. I don't know who put those signs together, but
That wasn't me.
nobody's taking credit for it. Good evening, Mayor, Council. Public Works is all upright and on 2 feet, so know that. Again, for your consideration, this discussion we had a couple of weeks ago at the last council meeting is the creation of an equipment operator position within Public Works. Feedback from council at that particular meeting was to take it back to Public Works Committee, which we did. We held Public Works Committee meeting last Wednesday, the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. I don't apologize. We don't have the minutes put together for that yet and sent out. But there was some pretty healthy conversation about this particular topic within the agenda for the Public Works Committee. Just to highlight some of that conversation that we had, particularly around this topic, was the concern regarding cost, road use tax, and if that would be a detriment to particular capital projects, other funding streams or revenue that road use tax provides to the city. We had a pretty in-depth conversation about the funding sources for the capital improvement projects. Road use tax does play a part of that, but majority of those road use tax dollars go into Public Works budget. Other funding mechanisms for capital projects include debt service, TIF project or TIF monies, and other various different enterprises, whether it's Stormwater, Des Moines Waterworks, funding sources. I guess the one comment that I want to make, that this request isn't in response to taking care of one particular amenity. Last time we talked, I highlighted just visual things, whether it was in the park or the splash pad or the water creek access. As Mr. Bishop had alluded to, we have the parkland dedication behind the Windsors, but just as a conglomeration of different amenities come online, plus with what we're trying to do within the Public Works Department, whether it's pavement preservation, stormwater improvements, stuff that we're trying to migrate in-house versus going outside and contracting those services. That's the direction that we're headed. We have the staff that's capable of doing that. And it's good to see, see the progress that we made even just in a short while within the last couple of years with where we're at. So if anybody has further questions, the general consensus coming out of the committee was positive on that. There was one committee member who was still undecided. So those were the results of kind of talking with the committee about that. But I'll leave it open for you guys if you have further questions or feedback.
I think one of the questions I had last time was, do you feel that you'll be able to find somebody who's qualified at the salary point that you're hiring?
I do.
Okay. Just want to make sure you're not putting yourself in a position where you're having to constantly rehire people
Yeah.
and track down new talent.
There's always a risk for turnover, whether it's private or public. The last time, I think, I don't, maybe had mentioned the last position that we filled, we had probably a 20 to 30 applicants for that position. Out of that, there was a number of qualified persons. So I don't feel there would be a difficulty in filling that position.
I know I asked this in the meeting, but I just want to make sure that it's, public. What are you thinking about, like, vehicles for this new staff member? What are your thoughts on that? Will you be coming to us here asking for another vehicle, or?
The short answer is no. Where we're at sitting vehicle wise, we can operate even with the additional staff member. Generally, when we're out working in the field, we have teams or groups that are doing different projects here and there. So, this will be coming further on down the line too, but I know part of what we talked about in that committee, this is kind of segueing into just the draft ERP for Public Works will include a potential purchase for a piece of equipment, but from a fleet vehicle standpoint, I don't anticipate there being a need for that at this moment. So.
Both committees recommended. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, they did.
With the exception of one undecided.
That was me, I'll
Correct.
just say.
Yeah.
That was me. I know, shocker. Hey, at least you got me to go from no to maybe.
Yeah.
I mean.
Appreciate it.
Well, Scott, I made a good guess of who it was.
You only had how many?
Okay. Well, is there further discussion? Or is there a motion? Or if not, we can move on.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Okay. Continuing discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Susan Skiris,
Yes.
Joseph Jones.
Yes.
Michael Libby,
Yes.
Lauren Campbell.
Yes.
Teresa Harms.
Yes.
Thank you all.
Thank you, Andy.
Reports. We'll have one on the 15th. Ms. Harms.
Windsor Wonderland.
Is that coming up?
Yay.
My voice is gone.
Please plan to join us, and if you can volunteer, we can put you to work. And thank you for our wonderful volunteers that are here and have helped us every year. So I very, very proud to say, and I have not been down yet to see if the trees are all decorated or not, but they were all signed up to be decorated, and we only gave you one, I think, so you were signed up.
Mine is not done yet.
Okay, all right. You have until 5 o'clock on Friday. Wait till there's a warmer day
I was
ahead.
gonna say, you're just waiting for the warm weather, right?
Yes.
I'm waiting for a night I don't have a council meeting.
Fair.
Wednesday, which is supposed to be super cold.
So we have those thanks for everybody who's done things to put up signs and do all the things. Now they're all snow covered and taken out by the snow plows, I'm sure. And then that was funny. Thank you. I think we have a good plan. This is the first year we've ever had snow for Windsor Wonderland. So this is going to be a new experience, but it'll be a good one nonetheless. But I hope everybody can come out and join us. And just remember that the lights contest is 7 o'clock, starts at 7 o'clock is when judging will start on Friday. What other last minute things? You can still sign up to run in the fun run. You can still sign up. I think most of the volunteer spots are filled, but we can otherwise use all sorts of hands. So thanks, everybody. And look forward to seeing you on Saturday. It's gonna be a nice day, 32 degrees, a balmy 32 degrees. It'll probably be
During the day.
Basically
during
tropical.
Yes, it'll be tropical.
What was it last year? Like 80?
No, it was 60 something. It
We
was
had a bubble machine out. I know that
5
much.
degrees or something. Half of the temperature.
Do you want me to
That'll-
sign up to volunteer or am I a rover?
I'll let you know.
Okay.
We'll turn red and green here.
I can't remember what, I gotta look and see if it's dropped off.
Ms. Campbell.
November 21st, we had a special events meeting. And then after that, Susan, Teresa, and I participated in the Women Build event with Team Municipal Muscle that Teresa coordinated. We helped install a kitchen at Habitat for Humanity Build House and learned even more about the modern Habitat for Humanity. And to quote one of the speakers, this is not your father's Habitat for Humanity. So it's really neat to learn about all the different programs, how many houses they touch a year, and their goals to double that number in the next 3 years, I think is what it was. And unfortunately, it also gave me the false confidence that Teresa, Susan, and I together could gut my kitchen and remodel. So
We can.
we'll see what happens.
If Laura's helping.
Yeah, Laurel is in. It'll be great. And then Windsor Wonderland this Saturday. I'll be there. My mom will be there. She gets voluntold every year.
She loves it.
She does. You do give her a primo spot. So
I do.
that's all for me.
Libby?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I was sorry that I couldn't make this morning's meeting with you, AJ. We had another business meeting that conflicted. This will be my last council meeting due to the fact that Hanukkah starts on the 15th. And so I'm out for that religious holiday that lasts 8 days, by the way, in case you're wondering. And so I'll be with family and friends at the house. So it's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Jones?
Thanks, Michael, for your time on the council and for your service to the city. We had a economic development committee meeting Wednesday
Wednesday at 7:30.
at 7:30 in the morning. But I think was really productive, and we'll get back on track with some of the things that we want to talk about, starting at the beginning of the year. Big news, tomorrow is the big day. Tomorrow is the big day. Lauren is going to vote for
Lauren, what are you doing?
the Reimagine DART final network plan is happening tomorrow. So after a year of conversation and engagement, we're now at the finish line for this first part of the thing. And so I think that we've gotten it to the point where everyone can agree who's around the table about the final network design, and got a couple of tweaks that happened toward the end there. And I think we're good to go. So hopefully by tomorrow afternoon, we'll know what the new network design will be, and we can start doing other things accordingly to align with that. So thanks for all your support over the year and making that happen, of course, and all the feedback from city staff and from our neighbors who've answered surveys and other things. But feels good to be there finally. I didn't know that December would get here soon enough, and it is. So, so that's it.
Carrie?
Just a brief update. I attended the Women in Government meeting hosted at Metro Waste Authority in Grimes on the 19th of November. Linda Westergaard from Des Moines Council and I met to begin planning the 2026 Women in Government schedule, including the proposed dates and locations for next year's events. Also on the 19th, I attended Metro Waste Authority Board meeting. We discussed the ongoing battery and holiday light recycling programs, as well as the upcoming increase in the cost per ton for items dropped off at the West landfill. This really won't affect us, but we might hear about it a little bit. This increase is necessary because it costs nearly twice as much to process materials at the West location compared to the East location. For several years, Polk County cities like us have unfortunately had to subsidize the difference in order to keep the tipping fee consistent. So the adjustment will be a $20 per ton increase, and it may result in approximately a $1 per month raise in cost for Dallas County residents. This does not include Clive, Urbandale, or Grimes, who have Dallas County residents in their cities, because that waste goes to the East landfill. So it's really all the cities that are completely in Dallas County and past there. So it's nice that we sat down and kind of revisited our model so that Polk County cities aren't having to subsidize another county's processing of the garbage. So that was a very long talk, to be honest. The 21st, I had the opportunity to volunteer with Teresa and Lauren, along with several other elected officials, and I know how to put together cabinets, and I know how to hold things in place when Teresa tells me to screw that in. And that's the extent of things.
You did great.
So, you know. Then just wanted to say thank you to Teresa and Amanda from DART for organizing the event, and to Lauren for creating our beautiful shirts that we wore. I attended the grand opening of Venus Moon on University. Nicole, the owner, is excited to join the Windsor Heights business community, as are the vendors whose products are featured in the store. It's a very unique store. I attended the AM Exchange last Tuesday to promote our upcoming Windsor Wonderland event. I participated in the Public Works Committee meeting, as we all know. Looking ahead, I'll be joining the Giving Tuesday event at the Central Iowa at CIS, whatever that comes out to. I'll help serve breakfast to the participants there. Then I'll have a meeting with Colin from ICON, who is wanting to hear more about special events and Earth Day. Then on Wednesday, I'll be attending the Greater Des Moines Partnerships 2025 State Legislative Leadership Breakfast. That was a long sentence there. I'll also be attending the executive board meeting for Metro Waste on Wednesday. Wishing success at Windsor Wonderland and keeping my fingers crossed on some amazing weather for the event, and hopefully we'll, kind of zero in and maybe get some 50-degree weather.
You be chair next year, Susan?
I should be, yeah.
Michael, didn't know it was going to be your last meeting, not to ruin any surprises, but we were going to do something for your last meeting. So we'll figure something else out. Just
Friday at 4 o'clock.
Okay. You can show up Friday at 4 o'clock. So we'll figure something out. AJ, anything from you?
Just note the 2027 budget calendar is attached. There's a few more committee meetings that'll take place in December, and then we'll get kicked off personnel and finance first week of January, hopefully.
Okay. Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Susan Skiris.
Yes.
Joseph Jones.
Yes.
Michael Libby.
Yes.
Lauren Campbell.
Yes.
Teresa Harms.
Yes.